Hey guys, this is Karan Banani from MobiScrub, and in this video we're going to do a direct comparison of the Galaxy S4 with the HTC One. Now both of them are superb devices in their own ways, and both of them are premium flagship devices of the respective manufacturers. So let's get into it and see what these devices are really made of. Starting with the build design, the Samsung Galaxy S4 is completely made of plastic, whereas the HTC One is in an aluminum shell with a really soft matte finish on its back. The Samsung Galaxy S4 has an open or removable battery door, so the rear panel can just be removed, and you have access to the battery, SIM card slot, and the memory card slot. Whereas the HTC One is a completely sealed package. There's no access to battery or any memory card slot. Both the devices are fairly large, except the Galaxy S4 has a bigger display size as compared to the HTC One. The Galaxy S4 also has slightly rounded edges, whereas the HTC One has sharper edges. Both the devices are quite thin, except the Galaxy S4 is thinner and it's just 7.9 millimeters with a chrome bezel. The HTC One, on the other hand, is thicker. It's 9.3 millimeters and it's got this black matte finish edge to it. Something that I really want to bring to notice is that the HTC One's volume rocker does not have enough tactile feedback. It is too embedded within the edge, whereas the Galaxy S4 offers slightly better tactile feedback in all its button around all the edges. On the front surface, the Galaxy S4 has a 2 megapixel sensor capable of full HD video recording at 30 frames per second, and it also has a gesture sensor, which we'll talk about a little later. The HTC One has a 2.1 megapixel camera sensor. It's got a proximity sensor just as the Galaxy S4 does, but it does not have the gesture sensor. Now, what the gesture sensor does is basically it detects your hand motions and performs certain activities based on that. Now, at the bottom, both of them have the USB 2.0 data syncing and charging port, so you can pretty much connect any charger that you want, while it is not advisable that you do so. With increasing display sizes, the smartphones today are really increasing in size, making single-handed operation really difficult. But when it comes to comparison between the HTC One and the Galaxy S4, both of them are either as good or as bad as each other in terms of single-handed operation. But since the Galaxy S4 offers more display area, I would say the S4 is still a better option. Talking about screen sizes, the HTC One is 4.7 inches, whereas the Galaxy S4 is 5 inches of display area. Now, both of them are full HD, so 1080 pixels by 1920 pixels is the resolution. In terms of operations, the worst thing being that the HTC One has its power and lock key on the top, whereas the Galaxy S4 you can just switch on either by pressing the home key or by the power and lock key on the right hand side. Apart from that, both of them are running Android Jelly Bean. The HTC One is running slightly older version, which is Android 4.1.2, whereas the Galaxy S4 is running the latest Android 4.2.2. The real difference lies in the user interfaces that these devices have to offer. HTC One is running HTC Sense UI, so HTC Sense user interface version 5, whereas Samsung is running its Nature UX TouchWiz. Personally, I feel TouchWiz offers a lot more tweaks, a lot more features, and a lot more things to play with. A lot of customization and tweaking options, whereas the HTC One, or basically the HTC Sense UI, has little to offer as compared to the TouchWiz. Having said that, you have the option to add widgets, place shortcuts onto the home screen. In case of HTC One, you just need to pinch and zoom, so you have all your home screens organized on the top, and you can just choose from a variety of widgets in a scrollable list form. Both the devices feature great cameras. The Samsung Galaxy S4 just has a better camera application UI, according to me, as compared to the HTC One. In HTC One, you need to scroll through a variety of options in a list form, which just makes it really tiring and time-consuming. So you cannot take time-sensitive shots to capture the best moment, whereas in the Galaxy S4 this is really easy, and they've adapted the whole Galaxy camera UI onto the S4 camera UI. The S4 camera also offers you additional features such as the ability to share photos instantly on other Galaxy devices connected via Wi-Fi Direct, whereas this feature is completely absent in the HTC One. Other than that, you also have slow motion and fast motion recording. The HTC One, on the other hand, lets you record 720p frames at 60 frames per second, which is extremely smooth video. And the Galaxy S4 does not have that option. It just gives you full HD video at 30 frames per second, which is quite the industry standard. The Galaxy S4 also offers features such as the Air View, so you can pretty much hover your finger over, news items on Flipboard or images in your gallery, and it just gives you or pops up a preview of what the contents are. The Galaxy S4 also offers additional features such as Air Gesture, Smart Stay, Smart Scroll, Smart Pause, Air View, as I've already mentioned. So, for example, this is gesture-based feature wherein you can just hover your hand over the device and it changes music tracks or even images. Smart scroll is basically when you're reading a web page and it just scrolls automatically based on whether you want to read further down or you want to go back up. Since Galaxy S4 features Android 4.2.2, it gives you the option to place widgets and shortcuts on the lock screen itself. So without having to unlock, you can pretty much access any widget or any application of your choice. So as you can see, I've just placed something on the lock screen, so I can just use it even without unlocking my screen. And then I have these bunch of applications that I can customize to my own needs. So all in all, both the devices are great devices. They're premium in their own segment, and it's really a matter of preference which one you go for. So if you really hate plastic, Samsung's truly not the case for you, and HTC's aluminum casing is just brilliant. It's really different and something that we've never seen before. The Galaxy S4 is definitely full of features, so if you're someone who really likes to play with a lot of things, Galaxy S4 is your device. Thank you for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe.